Welcome back to my book channel. My name is Lauren. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. It is, again, cloudy. Let me turn up the brightness because I look kind of washed out. But today I'm going to talk about a male romance by an author that I think this is like my third book from them, and I DNF'd one because I just wasn't into it. So technically 4 books from them, but 3 that I actually fully read. This is I Hate You by Tawalia, I think that's how you say her name, Wallace. This is the OOP copy of I Hate You. This is a Omegaverse romance. So we have our hero Levi. He is a Omega who's an orphan. His very lovable parents tragically died in a car accident, and he's been alone ever since, but he's okay. He's fine, perfectly fine on his own. He's a Omega. In this world, Omegas can only be with alphas. He's not into alphas like that. He thinks they're a-holes. He is just not about them. He does not like most of them. The exception to the rule is one of his best friends. So one night, he is about to go to his new job. He wants to just, let loose for a minute. Not too loose, but just have a little bit of fun before he starts working at this new job as a personal assistant secretary. He goes to his best friend's clubs. They are a Omega and Alpha pair who own the club, and he goes to their club a lot. He's there ordering a Coke because he doesn't want to get drunk on the day before he's supposed to work. And as he's about to leave, he sees this Alpha. And the Alpha is very handsome, but he's also making Levi feel a way he's never felt with anyone before. He sits back down and they just talk. And he notices the Alpha is brooding, like something's wrong. So they have a conversation, and the Alpha tells him that his name is Sebastian and his parents just died in a accident. I want to say a plane crash or a car accident. And Levi tells him his story, and he's sorry, his condolences. And Sebastian says, "Oh, it's okay, because I didn't really have a lovable relationship with my father or my mother. I actually just came back into the country because I'm going to be taking over his spot as CEO. But I left because they wanted me to have an Omega, and they wanted to basically control me and my Omega and do everything for me without my input." So he's like, "Oh, and I also liked men more than I liked women, so that put a strain on our relationship." Levi gives him some good advice about his parents and just learning how to deal with it, and knowing that you can find love at your own pace. Don't let anyone just try to chokehold you in it. And he goes about his way. And he thinks that he was never going to see this Alpha again. Kind of sad, but it's okay. The next day he shows up for work, and he finds out that the CEO he's working for, that was Sebastian's dad, and now Sebastian is his boss. And Sebastian is wanting to be with Levi. Certain things are going on though. So we have 3 or 4 plots of contention. There's some desperate things, sinister things going on behind the scenes as they try to navigate being together. And Levi finally opening up, trying to give this Alpha himself. So we have co-worker drama because he's an Omega. Certain other Omegas find him too beautiful and tempting. Then we have the Alphas who, because Levi is unmated, technically, if they decide to put a mate mark on Levi has no choice but to be their mate, and there's no laws protecting him from an unwanted mate. Then you have something going on. You see it kind of, sort of, but there's someone in this building that has disdain for Levi and Sebastian, mainly Sebastian, but the same for both of them, and you don't know why until like towards the end of the book. That gets resolved though. Then comes in Levi's old family. Something's going on with them, and it's like the last 10 pages, and you notice there's foreshadowing, especially when Sebastian does it. Something's about to happen, and you're not gonna like it. And something did. Usually, in these types of books with Wallace, she leaves it like as a standalone because it says trilogy, but like you don't really like see the trilogy. Like it's maybe it's like a happy for now, but you don't know it because there isn't any other books. So for this one, I thought the same thing till I got to the end, and it left me on a cliffhanger. It sucked. I was just so thrown back with what was going on that I just couldn't understand why Sebastian did that. I kind of know who I think is the bad person that made this happen. So, this is a cliffhanger. So that means that there is going to be another book, and I am a patron of Wallace's, so I read the prologue in the first chapter of the second book. Nothing really is explained except for who, I don't even want to, you have to read the book. But yes, this is going to be very painful for us in the second book, because the ending was so painful for me. I felt so bad for Levi. I felt bad for Sebastian, but he's the one who decided to just go ahead and do that. But Levi did not deserve any of that. And then I was trying to figure out how that would ruin the book too. Never mind. This was really, really good. I gave it a 3.5, mainly because this felt very rushed. I think this was the original as the OOP. So I know that she revised it in the newer edition. I haven't read it because I already have this. So I'm hoping that in the newer edition, the things I'm about to talk about have been resolved. So certain plots seemed like they were rushed. They weren't really well thought out, especially since there's so many sinister plans going on in this first book. With the co-workers, Omegas and Alphas, then you have bodyguards, you have family drama, you have other family drama, and then you have the ending of the situation. So like there's so much going on and such a little plot, like such a little page count. And again, I think some of the stuff got resolved, but you still see hints of what's unresolved, and it got to me. Hoping that in the second book we finally get some resolution to some of these, or who's behind what. But I did enjoy this. I can't wait to read the second one fully. I kind of wish I didn't read this one because I don't like not reading complete series. But I thought this was I thought this was a standalone that had different stories in the trilogy, Oh well. I'm really waiting to see what Levi and Sebastian's life is going to be like in the book, too. I hope you enjoyed this. You can actually get the newer version on this on Amazon, and you can read it on KU. Like I said, I'm definitely waiting for the other book, especially on Patreon. It's like the third chapter to come out, or the second gets the prologue in the first chapter. So I'm gonna be reading ahead of you guys, but it's okay because I need to know what's about to happen to Levi and Sebastian. I just need to. But my name is Lauren. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope you enticed you to read this book. And I post a video Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes Sunday. So please be subscribed so you can get notified when I upload. And there's Prince. There's Prince. We will see you all in the next video. Bye!